Now then, people, Joe, Leeds TV, still here in Leeds with Conor. Coffees this time though, eh?
Too cold, isn't it?
It's
too cold.
And want to wake ourselves up a bit. We've just been some food, haven't we?
Left my mittens at home, so I'm going to have to have a coffee instead.
So yeah, a little bit, as you know, we've done a video having a look at each team in the league, bar Leeds, but we do that all the time. So we looked at the 23 teams. Now what we've done is put together a prediction for the table. We've done this prior to any sort of deals being done. There's been no big deals done at all, if any, I think, in the Championship. We thought it'd be good to maybe put out a video now, and then we've said we'll meet in a couple of weeks' time, just before the season starts, when deals have been done, and we'll revisit it. And then obviously we'll revisit it at the end as well, right? So yeah, some of you might not like it, as you can imagine, but
we'll start from the.
Should we go bottom top?
We'll go bottom top.
Yeah.
So
build them up suspense for who's going to finish top of the league.
You're all shaking in anticipation, I can imagine. Yep. So for bottom, me and Joe basically we did our own league tables, and we've come together with this final table. We've moved a few things here and there. A couple of decisions we've made that are now joined together. So we'll start from the bottom. Joe, I'll let you take that one, mate.
Everyone's favourite club, family club of the year, Millwall.
Come on, Mill.
Come on, Millwall. Do you remember that video, that last? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Millwall. No, but I just think, look, losing Lee Gregory is a big miss for them. He's been there 5 years, was player of the year last season. Can they replace him? Do they have enough funds to be able to replace him?
Steve Morrison.
Yeah, they've got Steve Morrison still. Probably retire there, won't he? If he's not already gone.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Morrison, he's on his way out, isn't he? I mean, I think they all know that anyway, and I think Gregory as well. You know, you got your two centre forwards there. I mean, I know Morrison was coming off the bench, but who else have you got? You got Tom Elliott, who doesn't really feature for him. Thompson in and behind, they've offered a new contract, but I think he's
agreed it long term.
He's a good player. Yeah. He's a good player, but I do think he might get picked off in the long run. I just don't think Millwall are going to have enough this year, and I think the league is high in quality this year, with the teams coming up, the teams coming down, and the teams that are just still in the division. I think it's going to be high quality.
They're always there or thereabouts. There's no love lost between Millwall and Leeds fans either, and I really don't like Neil Harris. So I
think a lot of people will be saying as well, they'll be saying, well, why those above, you know, Luton, your Barnsley, your Charltons? To be honest, I think they're better. They're in good stead. They've got a lot of quality players. You know, each and every team that has come up. You know, even the likes of Luton going out already and getting McManaman. It's a good signing. You know, for a recently promoted club. Barnsley are a good side. They're already spending money, as we just spoke about. You know, Charlton already getting like a Rebo on trying to get him on a long-term deal and stuff. I just think they're going to be a little bit better than the likes of Millwall.
Yeah. No, I have to agree.
Which moves on to 23rd. So we've gone for Wigan Athletic.
Yeah, it was a little bit painful. Listen, I know they've done, but I really like the manager Paul Cook, and I do think he's a good gaffer. And you know, this was one where I didn't quite have them relegated, did I, on mine, but I can understand why. You know, the home form was really good up until we rolled up into town. I don't think they'd lost for quite some time there, but it did start to falter towards the end of the season. They were losing the ones. Obviously had that great win against us, but I just think, you know, they're losing McManaman, for example. Will they have enough, Wigan, do you think?
I don't think so, mate. I think, you know, you look at losing Nick Powell, and you're losing, you know, obviously previous season you lost Grigg. Is that left a little bit of a hole goal scoring wise? They're not going to have Leon Clark again, I don't think, unless they get him on a permanent, which is unlikely. I just think Wigan, they're not going to have enough, are they?
No.
And the last of the relegated teams, I mean, I just mentioned Charlton a minute ago, but I do think out of the three, maybe obviously you've got Aribo, you've got Lyle as well, but maybe they just won't pull up trumps. Maybe.
I think a lot of that has to do with maybe funds. Listen, Charlton fans might be watching this and saying, actually, we've got funds in abundance, but I just know that Lee Boy, bringing them up from League One, didn't spend, did he? He didn't have a lot of cash. I don't think he spent at all. It was more around coaching
very impressive,
and bringing them together. So I just don't know if they'll have enough in the transfer market to be able to strengthen. Johnny Williams leaving's an interesting one, because some of the teams in the Championship have been linked with him. So I don't know why they don't want to keep hold of him.
I thought Charlton looked incredible. They looked a much better side when he came on.
Yeah, they did.
And I think he changed the game against Sunderland, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, mate. You're right.
So what about the ones that are going to avoid narrowly? We'll go for
Luton.
Yeah, 21st Luton. I think we're not going to go over it as much in depth because we've already touched on it in another video, so we're not going to go on the ins and outs of Luton, etc. But seem to have brought a couple of decent players in already, and for me, Joe, you don't finish on 94 points. In League One.
Back-to-back promotions.
Back-to-back promotions.
It's a lot to be said.
Goes straight down. It's quite rare, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. You're right. This might be a little bit contentious. I'm looking at the table now and thinking, why the hell have we put them there? But we'll go with it. 20th, Blackburn.
Yeah, Blackburn. I do rate Mowbray. I think the biggest common denominator, mate, is I think it's if they keep hold of Bradley Dack.
Yeah.
I don't know what the situation is on Danny Graham. I don't know whether or not. I mean, is he sticking around? I'm not 100% sure. He did okay. Had a good season. Is it going to be second season syndrome though for Blackburn? You get a lot of these teams that have come up, and are they gonna? Is that going to factor in? I think it could. I do think it could with Wigan and Blackburn second season syndrome. I mean Mowbray's decent, but I don't know if it'll keep him up in my opinion.
We'll see what deals get done and if they can keep hold of Bradley Dack, and I guess we'll revisit it in a couple of weeks to see if that's changed. Moving on now is Reading. Reading for me, when the new gaffer came in, they did change. They looked half decent, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
I even think against us, listen, he was a bit naive giving debutants games against us. We were already out of sight at half time, but they showed flashes, I thought, especially in the second half when he moved it around a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And they did get a few wins on the bounce, I think, under the new manager, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They got a few wins under. I think it was at 7 and 11. But I just think Reading. Yeah, I think we're looking at 19th. I think around there.
Yeah. And then that takes us to 18th. So we've got QPR, Mark Warburton now in charge of QPR. Luke Freeman's decent, isn't he?
So Naki Wells has been reported as well as going back there, and he reckons he's going to take him to a playoff push.
Yeah, that was his comment. I want to go back.
What do you reckon to that, mate?
Well, the 18th. I don't know where Naki Wells is getting that from. The fact that he believes he has the goals in him to fire any team to the top six. Not now, anyway.
Ended at Huddersfield, I think that, didn't it?
So yeah, I don't see them pulling up any trees, much like last season.
Definitely, mate. I agree.
Yeah.
17th, another maybe surprising one.
Maybe.
Recently relegated from the Premier League. Yeah. Good side still, especially if they keep hold of some players. Swansea City, obviously the likes of Routledge, I think they've kept hold of him. Nathan Dyer, obviously sort of going out a little bit at the minute. Leroy Fer, they're not going to be able to keep hold of him. No. Dan James obviously going. McBurney potentially going as well. I think it's going to be transitional again.
And you can see that with the manager they've brought in as well. Obviously Graham Potter's gone to Brighton. They've brought a young manager who's worked at youth level, so that shows you they're gonna try and
focus in on that, isn't it?
Yeah, from within, aren't they?
16th, we've gone with Preston at North End. Now, another surprising one with them finishing, was it 9th or 10th this year?
Yeah, we're up there.
Strong end to the season. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
We just think a lot of the teams that we've put above them will have are just going to be better than them.
It's a strong division this year, isn't it?
I'd have to agree with you, mate. And if you're looking at Dave Nugent to get you anywhere near the top, then you
potentially with Callum Robson going out as well.
Yeah, I think we said, didn't we, Brighton and stuff. Premier League clubs, even Blades, are looking at him. So I just don't think they'll do as well this term, Preston. But they do have a good manager, so we shall see. We're then moving on to 15th, and I know you have a lot of love for these. No, that wasn't meant. Sorry, that wasn't meant in any sort of thing. But you do like their philosophy and the way they bring about.
Yeah, I do. I'm a bit of a geek with stuff like that.
And to be fair, it's proved dividends. Some of the players that have come out of Barnsley,
mate,
Stones,
definitely.
Mawson, Hurahan, they're all playing Premier League football, or were at one point, Yeah. So talk to me about Barnsley. We've got them 15th.
Yeah, I'm not an avid, I don't like Barnsley. No offence to all you Barnsley fans out there, but I don't. Then again, it's a bit meh. I'm not really that bothered.
But I think to finish for 15th, coming out of the league, it's decent.
It's a good return.
And it's
sort of similar to Blackburn the season before, isn't it?
And if you have friends who are
affiliated with the club,
season ticket holders, you sort of get to hear a little bit more. Do. It's like me with Middlesbrough, you know what I mean? And same with Sunderland. I know quite a bit about Sunderland now because I'm just there. I'm in the area.
But I think with regarding the season, I think do you know what as well, Joe? I think 15th is going to be minimum.
Yeah,
I really do. I think they're going to shock a lot of people this year, Barnsley, and a lot of people will come back to this when they're at rock bottom and start laughing. But no, I do think, you know, they've got a decent budget, already spent some decent money as well.
I'm excited to see Marriot as well, mate.
Marriot, yeah, well, they adore him there now. Yeah. They adore him, and he's really pulled up. Obviously, it didn't happen from Oxford. No. Got to Barnsley, and he's playing in this. They reckon he's a lot fitter now as well. Good. And it's one of those where it'll be an interesting game. Once again, like Huddersfield, it's going to be another derby, isn't it? We've got another derby back.
Like him, don't we? It's
local tasty, as well. It's nice to have a Yorkshire derby back again. Exactly. So yeah, I think Barnsley, we've gone for probably more me saying that I reckon they'll finish 15th, maybe, mate. That's my sort of thought.
14th then is the TYKES.
Raw.
Yeah, Hull City. This is one where it could change in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
When we revisit it, because obviously Atkins has left. Do they keep Bowen? Do they keep Krasicki? Probably not. So when we revisit it, they might be further down the table. But we've got them going 14th. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, you know, you lose those two, the wide players, and me and Joe were saying on the other video as well. We've spoken about them in depth. They were a real problem, weren't they?
Yeah,
Ellen Road.
and
I think you lose those two, you lose a lot of width, creativity, and goals, which is the be all and end all. So yeah, for me, Hull, 14th. Yeah. 13th
then we are going to go with Stoke City. Some others might think, I guess some, even Stoke fans might think they'll be way up there, but I still think they're still in that transitional period. The fact that Nathan Jones is going after people like Gregory and, you know, others that have been mentioned, for Nick Powell,
yeah.
And you know, they still have people like Alan Butland on the books who I think might be looking to move on. So I just think they're still in that transitional period, and for that, we're going to put mid-table, aren't we? Leeds is a normal position.
It's our spot, that, isn't it? 13. 12, we've gone Forest. Yeah, as I said, we've gone over it in the other video, so we won't get into it too much. But Forest, I think, it's going to be. I think they're going to drop a little bit because I think they're going to lose, you know, key players, Joe Lolly, potentially Carvalho. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a transitional period.
Definitely.
And now, to be honest, Joe, I don't know what you think, mate, but I don't know how it's going to work with O'Neill. It could be another 6-month job where he's sacked again and they're bringing in someone else.
Yeah, they should have never got rid of Karanka. That's my opinion. Moving on to 11th, then we have got Birmingham City. Gary Monk.
What do we put them, 11th?
11th.
Yeah, it's an improvement, isn't it? It's an improvement.
Well, I think would they beat that if we think about the points deduction? They'd probably be there or thereabouts anyway, wouldn't they?
I mean, to be honest, mate, psychologically, that that points deduction probably had a bit of an impact on them. At the end of the day, mate, there was a point where they were 9th and they were pushing. You know, not a bad team. Once again, for me, it all rests on Shea Adams. If they obviously they got Vassell, but we were talking on the other video, weren't we, about him being loaned out?
Yeah,
but you know, Jukovic needs a dancing partner, doesn't he? And Shea Adams is. You can't really get much better in the Championship.
No, he's brilliant.
I'll let you take this one, mate. Number 10.
And 10th is Middlesbrough. Might be a shock to any Borough fans watching it because they might think, no, we're perennial top 6 side, which to be fair they normally are. But I think the appointment of Woodgate and a sort of change in tact means that maybe reconsidering the route they're going down and maybe looking to consolidate this term and then go again the one after. I think Woodgate's been brought in to promote youth because I don't think they have a lot in the coffers. And they've got an ageing team, especially defensively.
Backlines.
Ayala,
do you think they need to, I mean, talking about youth-wise, do you think they need to, because something needs to, I mean, to be fair though, the start of the season, once again, they conceded about 5 goals by December, hadn't they? But it was one of those things where it seems with Borough, there's always a massive focus on the defensive play instead of going forward.
I mean, some Middlesbrough fans, they're just still in the ages where, honestly, mate, living up there, all they say is, why can't we just play 4-2 up top? 2 up. That's the only way. I'm serious.
They did that, didn't they, for a bit with Brit and Hugo?
Yeah, but that's not the only way to play football. But some of my guys,
might as well have kept bloody Pulis, mightn't they?
But some of my friends, you know, I've spoken to them, season ticket holders, head screwed on, and they seem to think, maybe mid-table next year, and then see where that leads.
Smart move, isn't it? I think. So number 9, we've got Derby. Derby County.
Yeah, Derby County. I think, again, they're gonna miss out on the top 6 this term just because I don't think Frank's gonna be there.
Nope.
I don't, you know, they're not gonna have Harry Wilson. They're not gonna have Mason Mount. They're not gonna have Tomori. They're gonna again. They're gonna have
and no Ashley Cole, which is the big one.
Where they're going to get the players in? Do they have enough money? Because Mel Morris is in a bit of a tiz, wasn't he? It was, you know, so we'll have to...
Yeah, he is, yeah, and I think they are. I mean, I don't know how much that's impacted financially on Derby County, but we'll see. We will see. And are they going to be able to recruit the same sort of loans in that are going to make the same sort of impact? They had a brilliant recruitment strategy, you know, bringing the likes of Jack Marriott in, you know, and all the loan players, and Wycorn, who did okay for him in that period.
You're right, yeah.
So they actually, recruitment-wise, they did really, really well.
And it is another one, isn't it? Like, when we'll review it again in a couple of weeks' time, that's why we wanted to do it before the win, you know, before transfers come in and after, so we can see just who's had a good window, who's not.
Of course,
you know. But yeah, get up towards the top now. So
it's getting exciting.
Yeah, I know you're waiting. 8th, then we've got another manager that absolutely loves Leeds United, Lee Johnson's Bristol City.
Lee the legend.
Yeah. So he's just signed a new deal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
They're half decent.
Yeah, and you know, flocking a bit of money around with that, with Callas. Callas looking at Vidra, Luke Thomas. Well, they're looking at Luke Thomas from Derby County, just a young lad, couple of million. So they will.
Do you know what? I hope Vidra goes there and comes to Welham Road and has an absolute stinker.
Yeah, Cooper gets him in his back pocket. But I think there's going to be a lot there for Bristol City to work with, and I think we're going to be top 10 again.
Yeah. As per same. So 7th, then we have gone for Brentford.
We have, yeah.
Yeah. I think we both really rate Brentford.
Yeah, really like Brentford. Good side.
It's just a case of away form and consistency. It seems at home they're all right, but away from home, apart from when they come to Welham Road, of course, but everywhere else they don't do.
No, they don't, mate. And already started with the recruitment we're talking about on the other video, the lad called Norgard, you know, and versatile, and you know he's going to be another world beater in a sense, in the championship sense, but he's just, I think the recruitment's brilliant, and I think it's always been brilliant for years now, and ever since they've been in the championship. So if they can get that right again, it's going to be a similar Brentford, isn't it?
Yeah. Just missing out though.
Missing out, yeah.
Now top 6.
Now that's quite a controversial one, actually, isn't it?
What, Brentford?
And then number 6.
In 6, yeah. So I think this had a lot to do with me, didn't it?
You had a big push for this one.
Yes, I did. Chef Wednesday we've gone for, or I've gone for. I just think Steve Bruce knows the division, even though, you know, you could say that he maybe failed with Villa, not being able to take them up, but he did get them in at the playoff final.
Different challenge as well, innit?
And I just think when he came in the door down at Hillsborough, he just turned them around, didn't he? What, did they win 10 games on the bounce prior to coming to us?
Yeah, straight away.
There's a few players leaving, Boyd and stuff's been mentioned, that are probably going to free up wages as well, so we'll see how he, you know...
If he'd have got off that golf trip a bit earlier, they could have been in the playoffs.
But you know, he did well at Hull, didn't he? He took them up, you know what I mean? And
listen, Bryn Law was on the Talking Shut podcast about a year ago, and he was having a shoe in that he reckons Leeds should have been going for him, you know, because he thought the Bielsa thing was unrealistic. A year later, and it's very much not unrealistic. But yeah, he's a good manager at this level, Bruce, and he proved it last year. I know it didn't work out for him Villa this year, but he got into a playoff final in you know, when brought even the likes of John Terry, and he attracted Terry, and you know, players of that ilk, and he left a lot of deadwood at Villa, but he did a decent job. And I think with Wednesday, I agree with you, Joe. I think already, I mean, you look at have we got a retained list yet? We haven't, have we? We've not let anyone go yet.
No.
I think we're one of the only sides who hasn't. I had a look on Sky Sports. Leeds were one of the only sides who hasn't. But, you know, Wednesday getting rid of Boyd, Hooper, Mateus, they're not mucking around, are they?
No,
and I think they're freeing up that wage structure, aren't they?
So he'll have decent targets.
Yeah, I had to agree with Joe there. I thought, he convinced me there, and I think Chef Wednesday they're gonna have a real push.
Yeah. So that takes us into 5th, and one of the, I mean, I suppose you could maybe say this is an easy option to automatically assume that the 3 that come down from the Prem are going to be in there, but you know, I didn't think that last term. Maybe a change of heart this term, just because I think the teams that are coming down have championship squads playing in the Premier League.
Exactly,
but,
a lot of experience.
Whereas teams like Stoke and Swansea, they were Premier League teams, and they had to get move a lot on. But we've gone 5th. We've gone for Huddersfield. Thoughts?
I just think it's I agree with exactly what Joe said. I think it's not going to be as bigger of a transition. I think they've brought a couple of players in, but you know, they've got like Kachunga, Mounier, Moy, Schindler, players like that. You know, I just think they've still got a strong squad for this level, and I think, you know, they had a dire campaign, but we're talking, weren't we? The director of football, Stuart Webber, not there anymore. Wagner not there anymore. That could be the deciding factor. Definitely. Could be the deciding factor. The fact that they don't have that structure anymore. I just think, you know, that you keep Moy in that squad.
Yeah,
you're always going to have a chance.
That's the key one, isn't it? That's the key one.
Yeah.
Fourth position then, we've gone for Fulham.
Yeah.
This might be contentious because, as I say, they spent a lot of money. Will they need to get rid of a load? Scott Parker's in charge. I don't know. I think if any out of the three that do come down were to get top six, for me it would be Fulham. But yeah, we've put them in there because, you know, Kearney's signed a new deal, hasn't he? And they have got decent players in that squad.
It's just scrapping that top layer of Premier League, you know, your Mitrovic, your Babels.
Yeah, I think Babel's gone. I think he was already.
They only had him on loan, didn't they?
So
but they're going to get money in, A, parachute payments, and B, through Sessegnon. Sessegnon's going to go, isn't he, as well?
Have been linked, haven't
35 mil. So that, I mean, he rejected a new contract, Sessegnon. So that looks like it's happening.
Well, Tottenham, man, they've been linked with Jarrett Bowen. They were linked with Clark. They were linked with Grealish previously.
They're looking for someone in that position, though, aren't they? That left side, a young left winger. They're looking at that.
Young English talent, aren't they?
But I do think, you know, when you're looking at that, if they do even just Sessegnon money, if they can reinvest that into a squad, when they've still got likes of Ite, Kearney, etc., if they can, I mean, they'll need a striker, won't they? I can't think of many strikers they've got.
Could they not keep Mitrovic?
Sure, they won't want to play at this level, will they? He's good enough. He needs to play at the top level, Mitrovic.
Well, he came in on loan, not second half of the season.
Yeah, I think he was there. But it's weird because it's like, why would you not? This is what I don't understand with Fulham. Why would you not maybe sprinkle a little bit of quality, like I'd be wanting Leeds to do? But why would you go into that top level and spend 60, 70 million? Scrap Kearney. Yeah. Kearney barely played all season.
They were the first team to spend over 100 million and get
was it 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? And that's what I know about, sorry to just go off time, but with Bielsa, you know when we go up, they ain't going to be wholesale changes.
No, they won't.
Like Wolves, there'll be a sprinkle here and there, because Wolves didn't go mental either, did they really?
But they had that quality already, though, didn't they?
No, I know, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? There's been no big overhaul.
But I think as well, like, that another deciding factor, which, similar to Huddersfield, it might go either way, and this is why you just don't know, because we're basing it on what's happened before, but at the end of the day, when Fulham went up before, they had Jokanovic, one of the best managers at championship level, if not the best manager at championship level. Still ain't got a job. I thought Borough would go in for him, but it's money in it.
Demands are a bit outlandish, to be honest.
And once again, then Huddersfield also had Wagner, who was praised in Germany with Dortmund. Then he came over, and there's different changes, but it's weird. There's so many different changes in the hierarchy, but the players are all pretty much similar. So I think that's what's going to be the difference.
Definitely. Top three now then.
That's where it gets serious.
Yeah. So just missing out, we've said Cardiff, haven't we? We're going to put Cardiff in third.
You know as well, the thing is, with Cardiff, we're going to rekindle. There's going to be more hatred there as well. It's another team, and they're going to hate Leeds. But yeah, I mean, we'll tell you that the second one is in a minute, but I was a little bit more, maybe they'll get automatic. But Joe was a little bit more like they'll finish outside, but maybe have the chance to go up. And I sort of understood that, because the team we've gone with second could have a really good chance. So Cardiff, what do you think, Joe? What's the thought process
again, a lot of it's, look, they've got Neil Warnock. He's a perennial winner at this level. He knows what's needed.
It's sort of guaranteed success, isn't it? Apart from Leeds.
Yeah. But he's going to keep hold of, you've got Bamber in there. It was a decent centre-back at this level, mate, let's be honest. I mean,
like Morrison, Bobby Reid.
And Bobby Reid's decent.
Medine.
Yeah, so, there's Sol Bamber is a decent defender at this level. Junior Hoylett. There's just not been much overhaul again, has there? So,
they've gone up and probably done what we do. Made a little bit of changes, tried the best, had a real go at it. Yeah. But ultimately, the stacks are going to be against you, aren't they, in that league? So.
And he struggles at that level.
He does, he's never been great at that level, has he? Sheffield United, Cardiff, QPR.
So that leaves two teams left then.
Shockingly, one specific team hasn't been mentioned yet. But number 2, we've gone for West Brom. Really weird one actually, because once again you look at some of the other teams that have come down, they might be able to keep hold of the strikers. Huddersfield with Mounier, Cardiff with Bobby Reid and Medine, but I mean they ain't got a striker, have they?
Who West Brom?
Yeah, they ain't got a striker.
Really. Obviously, they're not going back in for Gale, are they?
Gale, and they reckon Rodriguez is going to be sold on. But I just think the big deciding factor is the manager who they're about to appoint.
Yeah, Slaven Bilic. Apparently it's really, really close. I think that would be a real coup. And I think, I thought West Brom, for example, in the playoff semi-final looked half decent. I thought against Villa, didn't they?
I thought they were the better team over the 2 legs. Yeah, the better team. Just stupid red cards, wasn't it?
Kyle Bartley seemed to play really well in them games. I mean, look, they battered. Remember when they came and they battered us? But Phillips. A lot of that was to do with Harvey Barnes as well. But but we'll see. Yeah, I just think when I seen Bilic mentioned, and they've still got parachute payments, they've got cash there.
And with that lad there before, that Shan who was in charge, if they'd have kept hold of him, I'd have thought, they're struggling here with a lot of money, wage getting players off, etc., etc. But now someone like Bilic, they're going to be paying him a lot of money. Yeah. He's probably he's never been at the second tier, I don't think, of English football, has he? So it's West Ham and Croatia. It's not a bad CV, is it, mate?
Definitely not.
So they're going to be, for me, definitely top 4.
Yeah.
But
again, it all could change, couldn't it? It depends who they bring in, doesn't it? They'll be looking at bodies,
could have favours from. All I think as well is he could be bringing in favours from Croatia, certain West Ham players who he's had before, bringing Modric, Rakitic, Mandzukic up front, sound. And then there's one team left, isn't there? Who have we gone for?
Listen,
not deluded or biased. No. We've got to state our case here. We've got to really state our case.
Well, listen, this is my genuine belief, though. I genuinely believe it. I think we're going to win the league. I do. You can see the pain on his face. I do. And I'll tell you for why. Bielsa, okay. Had we...
You're trying to convince me.
No,
right?
more so. Because I'm already convinced, you know what I'm like. Listen, we're the bookies' favourites for a reason, with a lot of the bookies. Key reason being, obviously, Bielsa. The one area that let us down, yes, a lot of people, and this is what's really frustrating me at the minute from Leeds fans, we didn't score enough goals, it's the striker we needed. I don't think... Listen, they were both injured for long periods. If you have Bamford and Roof fit... Even just the rest of the squad, bloody hell, name me a player that wasn't injured. Mental, right? I think only Click played every game. Alioski just missed out because he got an injury. But I just think with the personnel we're going after, not even the names, just more so the positions, it's clear we need support from the wings.
Definitely, yeah.
And if we get that and can score goals from wings and be able to lay on and be creative from them positions, cutbacks, all that sort of stuff, for Bamford and Roof, I just think we could win the league and win the league well. Talk to me, Conor. Talk to me.
Listen, weirdly enough, I'm of the same opinion. I think there's something with Leeds and winning leagues. It doesn't go hand in hand for a long time, does it? But
Centenary year.
True. Don't start all that bollocks again. It's written in the stars crap. I don't want any of that.
I said it on the end of my video. I went, it's our time, and someone said to me, no.
Yeah. I got berated for that.
Did you?
I got hammered for that. Too negative. I was just like, I just don't see it. But
no, genuinely, mate. Come on.
Yeah, I think
I'm always going to be of that thinking anyway, mate. That's just my mindset. Unfortunately, I'm a bit deluded at times.
And I'm very negative at times. So it's one of those things where do you know what? I do agree. I think once again it all depends on this window, mate. If we were to go in now, I don't think we're winning the league. I do not think we can get someone like Jack Harrison, which pretty much is done. We go in with Jack Harrison right now in this existing squad.
No, we're not going to.
We ain't going to win the league.
No,
so
I agree.
It definitely all depends on what we're going to be doing. But if we can bring in, we've got a lot of rumoured players, but he wants 3 wingers. You look at Harrison, okay, there's a little bit of squad rotation. Kent on one wing and Costa on. I mean, you're going to be... And then you've got people like Barry Douglas who are going to be linked. If Douglas is going to start a left back every single week, and if you've got that link up between him and Costa, I mean, the worrying thing with me with Leeds is we just need to get them over the line. We need to get them done, and it's very early right now. But I do not want to be waiting here in 2 or 3 weeks' time waiting on.
To be honest, mate, I don't think we will either.
No, I don't either.
I just see we've got. Listen. Rads, whatever you think of him, he's walked the sleeping giant. He has, mate.
He's done a really good job.
3 years, but we're at a stage now where, listen, It's easy to say this is Leeds bias, but I'll be 80% sure if you watched other vloggers or YouTubers that are going to be doing this, they will have us within the top 3.
Definitely. I think the main sign, the key sign was Bielsa.
Yeah.
We all
100%.
said it, and we all said we'd rather Bielsa than promotion.
Yeah.
We've got to remember we all said that.
No,
Every single one of us said that. And I still stand by that.
Yeah, of course.
I would much rather Leeds have another season in the Championship than go up without Bielsa.
Can you imagine another season under his tutelage? What he's going to do for them? Add in
with
some extra players.
With better players. I mean, yeah, I'd like to say, mate, I mean, this is a team who people were saying, I saw in some videos, and I'm going to refer to it again, I don't need to think I've got a little bit of a bias towards, because I haven't, but people naturally were comparing Lampard and Bielsa. Lampard finished a point less than they did the season before. Bielsa, with the squad that finished 13th, the exact same squad with over 60 injuries, finished 23 points better off than Leeds did in the previous season. That is remarkable. And if Leeds would have done that and gone up, it'd have been spoken about, would have been a 4-4-2, would have been spoken about a TIFO, would have been spoken about everywhere about it being an incredible job. This guy gets someone like Helder Costa, can morph him, we get a couple more bodies in. I think a lot of other fans would be deluded to say Leeds are going to be completely out of the picture.
I think what gets me, I was seen Talking Wolves, they did a bit, and I tweeted that out, and they say, Costa, he's not the same player. I don't care, and this is with the best, meant with the best intentions. I don't care what previous clubs say, and the reason being is because you work under Bielsa, you get better. So regardless of what you were previously, we've seen it in the flesh.
It's just a dream, isn't it?
Oh, some of the performances, even Kamar Roof, man, where did he come from? If you look at the season before, we were all willing to get shot. Look what he's done at KP.
But you look at the stock as well, mate, of the players in Roof and Cooper. We're Leeds offering Roof a contract now. We're looking to get rid of him to Reading a year ago for $5 million. All the Leeds fans, everyone was like, get rid of him, see you in a bit. Now, we're desperate for him. 35 grand a week on a contract is what is being rumoured, and this is all because of Bielsa. Calvin Phillips will be in the England squad. I'm convinced of it. If Grealish is getting in that England squad soon, Calvin Phillips isn't far behind.
Well, he will be, because he'll be in his pocket, won't he? So
exactly, mate, exactly. But Liam Cooper as well, called back to the Scotland squad. This is all improved. This is all because of Bielsa. It's all because of Bielsa, and I just think if we sprinkle that squad, we're going to have another year under him. They're going to understand the demands a little bit more, and hopefully there's not going to be as many injuries. We're not going to have controversies like Spygate following us round, which is going to distract the players. We're not going to have big players leaving in January, because I know Bielsa and Orta will not have that this time, like Samuel Saiz. And hopefully, mate, we'll be prepared this season for that eventuality of maybe a player leaving in January and something like that, and getting the loan structure right for once.
Definitely. So that's it then, guys. That's your table prediction. I know it's probably going to upset a lot of fans. And
I'd be stunned if everyone agreed with all the positions.
Imagine. And probably, even some Leeds fans might disagree with our positivity and saying that we're going to win the league.
It's a fine balance with Leeds, because you go a little bit more negative with what you think's realistic, and you're too negative. But then you put us at the top level, and then you're deluded. Which we're always trying to find that balance. But it's starting to absolutely whack it down now, isn't it?
I think we can do it, and hopefully, listen, guys, put your table predictions.
Yeah, make sure not only do you comment on this video and say whatever you think about the video, but make sure you comment your actual league table, because me and Joe read through the comments, and we'd be really interested to see what you say. And I will be replying to anybody that says Leeds will finish out of the top one. He might get a nibble there. But yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's a horrible rainy day in Leeds, so we've just done this for the love of it. So make sure you drop a like on the video, and we'll see you in a bit.